and I'm here to tell you how I feel. Okay, so I'm on what chapter am I on? I'm pretty sure I'm like on chapter 8, or it might be 9. I know it's one of them, 8 or 9. But let me tell you how I'm thinking about this so far. Okay, that was crazy. See, I knew from the recommendations that somehow she was going to have to pretend to be a princess from the Silvers, like a lost princess, so they could figure out how she could have both red blood and silver blood. But I didn't know how they were going to find out how she had both. I did not expect her to get accidentally in the middle of a demonstration of the Silvers showing off their powers, so they could be able to figure out which one of the girls is going to be with the one of the princesses. Oh, I'm on 11. Okay, I'm on 11. I'm on chapter 11. Yeah, but anyway, I didn't expect her to get into the middle of one of the demonstrations of one of the princesses from the Silvers, demonstrating for one of the princes of the Silvers as well. Also, the guy I said he, I don't know why I said he. The guy she meets, Mayor. I'm so sorry. Before, I never said her name, because at first I didn't remember. I couldn't remember at first. But anyway, her name is Mayor. At first, Mayor meets this guy in the slums. She knows obviously he's not as he seems. And he just randomly gives her like a silver coin, and she's like, why the heck would he do that? But then, seeing how much consequences she caused that day, she doesn't speak ill to him or question anything. She just takes it and just be like, whatever. Little did she know that this guy had her be assigned to be a freaking servant to the Silvers. And not only that, but the guy, his name is Cal, by the way, if y'all haven't read the book. And by the way, if y'all haven't read the book, please do not watch this, because I'm just giving out major spoilers. Read the book first, then watch how I talk about this. Anyway, his name is Cal, and not only is he a part of the Silvers, but he is a prince. Obviously, she feels betrayed that she even trusted him in the first place. Anyway, like I said, the princesses from the Silvers were demonstrating their powers so they could be able to be betrothed to the prince, aka Cat. Unfortunately, and so unfortunately, when Mare got in the middle of one of those, purely by accident, because her and the other Reds were just looking at the demonstrations, but she got a little too close to the edge. She fell, and instead of being burnt to a crisp like she expected, only her clothes get burnt, and somehow she is like absorbing the lightning. It's not hurting her at all. Obviously, she is freaked out by this and wondering what the heck is going on, and so is every other person. Obviously, now here's one of the crazy things, but not that crazy if y'all read the book, obviously. But the person who is demonstrating their power starts to try and kill her, and somehow Mare is able to use power from the lightning and is able to blast the girl. I don't remember the girl's name. Do not ask me about the girl's name, because I do not remember it. Nor do I want to remember it. I could care less about that character. I could care less about her, because so far she sounds like a pain Anyway, yeah, she tried to kill her. Somehow, Mayor was able to tap into some kind of power, and she zapped her. Everybody's shocked by this. The king orders the guards to surround Mayor. Mayor, obviously being able to pick on the situation, realizes, yeah, obviously I'm in trouble now for some reason, not knowing fully what the heck just happened to me. So obviously, her being a red and all, she obviously knows the right thing to do is run the heck out of there. So she tries to run and get at the exit, but Cal stops her, and she gets captured. And I don't mean just captured, like full on. She gets attacked, loses consciousness, and gets knocked out. And then they put her in a cell where, when she wakes up, she sees the queen. And not only did the queen invade her mind, but also put like this kind of I don't know how to say it. It's like a kind of mind spell on her, so she can't do anything stupid. She causes pain anytime she gets too close to the bars, and she can barely even be able to stand when the pain hits her. By the way, the queen is the worst. I am just seriously saying that right now. That queen is the worst. She is, like, I can imagine her smirk as she's just watching this girl feeling so much pain. And it's for like no reason. As far as they know, all she did was just interrupt a ceremony for a prince to find a princess. That's it. That's all she really did. They don't even know why she has red and silver blood. Like, they don't even know why. They just capture her, torture her, and do all that stuff for nothing. They don't even have a legit reason for it. They're just doing it out of fear. Or in the queen's, out of sadistic reasons. I really feel like that woman just likes torture. Particularly loves to torture Reds, because I'm pretty sure, and I bet you $10, this ain't the first time she's done this. The situations may have been a bit different, but I know she probably loves just taking Reds down there and just torturing them, just for the fun of it. I can just bet that. Because the way she was acting, like, this legit, there's no way you expect me to believe this is the first time she's done this. No way. I also don't appreciate the fact that Mare is starting to feel pity. Mare, in between these chapters that I was reading, she was starting to feel pity for the prince. What was his name? Marvin? I think it was Marvin, but it's spelled with, it's like Arven. Not I-N, E-N. Yeah, I still think that's Marvin. Yeah, that's Marvin. Anyway, yeah. She starts to feel sympathy for him until she remembers who she is and who the heck he is and how he treated her before all this crazy commotion happened. Anyway, while she is in the cell, the queen plain and simply tells her, "You're going to act like a lost princess from this lost princess that was raised as a red and just happened to come back to the kingdom until we figure out who the heck or what the heck you are." And throughout the whole entire thing, me and Mare are thinking the exact same thing. Are you crazy? like, excuse me, like legit, are these people crazy? Are they out of their minds? Like, what? You just gotta take some random girl who has been born as the Reds and going to be like, you are going to play as a princess, as a lost princess from the Silvers, or we kill you. Plain and simple. It's either that or we kill you. They even say, be careful with the words that you say, because they may be your last. And I'm just like, seriously? Y'all people do not have empathy. Y'all don't even know what empathy means. Now, I know many people are probably going to be like, Kanisha, aren't you being a little too harsh? You know, just because they're royalty doesn't mean they don't have hearts. Well, so far I'm not seeing anybody who has any sympathy or empathy except for Cal. That is the only person. That is the only person so far who is a part of this whole stupid silver royalty thing that I am seeing showing an ounce of sympathy. He is the only one. The only one. So as far as I know, all these people have hearts of stone. Stone, I say. Anyway, yeah. So far, the chapters are really enticing. I mean, y'all just heard. I am on chapter 11. 11. I promise you, by tomorrow I might be done with this book, cause like this book has me hooked. But let me tell you one thing, I promise you, is there is no way I'm gonna feel sorry for any of these royalty, any of these people who are part of this freaking royal family. I ain't gonna feel sorry for name one of them. I don't care what tragic backstory they have for the reason they act this cold-hearted. I don't care what it is. I ain't feeling sympathy for none of them. Now, Cal may be a different case, because Cal, he's the only one who's been kind and nurtured. Kind and actually apologized to her for getting her, apologized to Mare for getting her in this situation in the first place. So he is the only one I care about so far. I also am really worried about how the parents are going to react to this whole entire situation. I'm glad that the king at least agreed on Mare's terms. You know, have her brothers return back from the war, and you know, not have her friend go into the war, because obviously he is very unprepared. Very unprepared. That is a relief that he met those needs, because, you know, they're Silvers and they don't care about the freaking Reds. If they lose a few Red Warriors, I don't think they'll care. I really don't think they will care. What I'm also interested about is what the heck is going to happen with Scarlet Guard. Like, is she going to cause more mischief? Was that her only terrorist attempt? Or will she try more? And also, was Mare right? Is her brother helping the Scarlet Guard with this whole terrorist attack with the Silvers? I mean, on one hand, that's kind of cool. But on the other hand, that could be very bad for her while she is pretending to be this dang silver princess. Really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. And what's even worse is she has to marry Cal's brother. As I said his name before, Marvin. She has to marry Marvin, a person who treated her like trash when she was just, you know, the servant and the Red. Now she has to pretend that she might act that she likes him. I really hope she doesn't actually fall in love with him, because if she actually falls in love with him, I'm done. Now, I can't say what will happen with Cal, but I really hope that doesn't happen either. Like, I don't want no love story in this. Like, seriously, I don't want no love story. I just want this to be about her proving that she can actually be able to be responsible. She actually can be able to do more stuff than just being a thief. Like, she could do actual stuff. She might be able to get an actual job. That's what I want her to do, is just help herself figure out what she can be, how she can be better. That's all I want. I don't want no love shenanigans. If there are any love shenanigans, I swear all I will tell you is I don't care. That's it. Anyway, that's how I feel about Red Queen so far. Tell me what you think about my opinions in the comments below. Have a good day. Bye.